So, this is quite the second recording. I just see that I can record for exactly 25 minutes, which is not that much, but I'm fine with it. You know, it's not gonna be 25 minutes. Even though I should have checked before whether I'm recording in like full 16K and whatnot resolution. I don't know. I'm using another phone. The colors are quite accurate actually, and pretty amazing. I'm on my bike ride. I don't know if I can. No, I can't show you. There it is. There's my bike, and I'm kind of, I don't know, somewhere. It's actually quite nice there. You know, there's just in the middle of nothing. There is a bench. You know, on this kind of. It looks actually like a. It looks like a parking area thingy thing. I don't know. The thing is, this is gonna be the second recording. You know, the first recording I've done when I've been actually in the middle of my bike ride, and I do really hope that the audio is fine. I don't think so. I don't think that it is gonna be fine, but we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see what it is gonna look like. So yes, I'm doing it fairly easy for myself, or I'm making it fairly easy for myself today, and yeah, which means I don't know if this video is gonna be good either. You know, I don't know if the audio is fine. I don't know if just anything is fine, but it should be. You know, it kind of really should be. In the first video that I've been recording, or that I've recorded, it's been all about resting, and I think it is something important, so please check this video out. You know, I'm not going to talk about it, even though I would like to, but change and seeing new things and experience versus, and there is something, a cocoon. I don't know what it is called in English, but I do think that it is some sort of a nest of whatever insect. It might be, I don't know, like it actually looks like that. It's probably not the thing, but anyway, or the case. Well, I do want to talk about being in charge of your life, because we all are in charge of our own life. We all can change what our life looks like and what it is like and how we are dealing with it. It is in our control, and I've actually been writing an article on that, a very short one, as I'm doing every single day, for my blog that nobody's reading, but I don't care about that. I do think it is a great practice to write things down, and I also believe that talking per se is a good practice, because I don't know, like we always have to talk in life, you know, whether it is a job interview, whether it is public speaking, whether it is something else. It is always nice to be able to talk properly. No, not probably, but properly. Yes, properly. I think that's the word that I'm searching for. I don't actually know. The thing is, it's yeah. I mean, it is a good thing to be able to talk good. You know, having a change in tonality, having change in speed, and knowing how to communicate what, and also to maybe communicate emotions with your voice, and which is just, I think, primarily done by speed and also tonality, and I don't know, like I still believe, and it is something that I've been talking about before, but I still believe that when I talk like that I might just really seem pretty passionate about whatever I'm talking, you know, being a little bit faster, being like enthusiastic, sounding enthusiastic. But if I talk like that, I you know, sound way calmer. I sound as I would be thinking about things, and I don't know, it just communicates something different, and it maybe also shows something different, and it gives you a different feeling, which I think is a pretty fucking cool thing. I mean, just concerning job interviews, concerning public speaking, concerning whatever, it is a good thing to be able to talk. But coming back to being in charge, the only problem that I've seen with being in charge, and I actually, and it is something that I've realized, to shout out to you, mate, thank you for letting me realize that actually, I always want to be in control. I don't like to be in control. I really hate that, and I do think this is also the reason why I don't like not being good at something, that I want to be good at something, because I then don't feel like in control. I feel like that there's things that are maybe overwhelming me, and there's things that I'm just not possibly able to do something about, and I don't like that. I just truly hate that. And this is also one of the reasons why I don't like people to tell me what I should be doing, quite on one hand, unless I just, well, it really depends on a person though. If I believe that this person has tremendous skill in whatever we're talking about, then of course, yeah, please just tell me shit. But if it is like, well, this person doesn't know anything about anything, of course, just I don't want to fucking listen to you. It is a difficult thing. It really is. But coming to the problem, you are in charge of your life. This is a fact. You can change things, you can change your environment, you can change what you eat, you can change your habits, you can change everything. You basically, in theory, can make whatever out of your life what you want to do. It involves quite a lot of work, some luck, of course, as well, and some other shit. This is definitely the case. There's I just don't want to deny that luck doesn't play any role. Maybe it's also faith. We could also talk about faith. But the problem is, you are in control. This is on one hand a good thing, and on the other hand a bad thing. Because if you then see that, well, you've gotten out of shape, and you've kind of lost money, and you've kind of done this and that, and you've lost a loved one and whatnot, you could also say that it is your fault. This doesn't feel great, and I've seen it with myself, and this is also one of the reasons why I've kind of realized that being in charge of life is something good, but on the other hand something bad. Because of course, being like, I can well, also actually in another way, concerning something different that a lot of people have been talking about and still are talking about and are always going to be talking about, concentrating on yourself, comparing yourself not to anybody else. It is a good thing and also a bad thing, I would say. Because the good thing is, well, you're focusing on yourself just because nobody else, nobody else matters to you actually. But on the other hand, of course, then if you compare yourself to your past self and you see, okay, that you have declined in progress, that you have actually gone back, then it doesn't feel that good. And you could have been comparing yourself to somebody that's even less in shape than you are. And this is exactly what happened to me. Like, I have seen over time that I've just lost I don't want to say that I've gained weight, but I think that I've kind of gotten out of shape because of whatever reason. I actually don't know why. This is also a big problem of mine. I've been experimenting with eating recently, and I've also really been working on my workout schedule so that I can kind of mitigate the or I can reduce the amount of things that could play into that, but I haven't come to any conclusion yet. Also because sleep might play a really big role, but at this point in time I'm not able to sleep that well or that much, which is not that of a good thing, of course. But yeah, being in charge is a fucked up thing because you are in charge. It is all your fault. Which could also be applicable to or applied to you being kind of the CEO of whatever company. Of course, we all want to be a fucking CEO. We all want to make the money, but the fucking tremendous responsibility that you're having and knowing that whatever happens is your fucking fault because you hired this person and you did this and you did that. It's not that nice, actually. It's really not that nice. I think missed my point there a bit. I'm searching for something, but I'm not able to find it. This this is one of the signs for me to kind of maybe remember that I maybe should have a script or something and should not just be talking about things. But yeah, by the way, being able to communicate clearly whatever is in your head is something that's also a tremendous skill, because it's always gonna be good. It's always gonna be a nice thing. It's always gonna be a nice thing. Always, because we always have to communicate our ideas, or very often at least, not necessarily always. But still, I I think being in control is good and bad, and comparing yourself to yourself, and actually comparing yourself to other people can be something good and something bad. Of course, maybe this is what I'm willing to refer to. Like, of course, if you compare yourself only to yourself, then it is as well always going to be your fault, and it's quite the hard truth, you know. But yeah. But I mean, it could also be motivating, seeing myself in the very recent past. Actually, this year I've been actually in the greatest shape that I've been ever. Even though I have been fairly thin, as I've seen going back to those photos. Now I'm a bit, not thicker, but I've broadened a bit, I would say. But the thing is, I don't know, it's also motivating just because you know that you have been in this shape and you have done this and you have done that, and which means that you can once again do that because you have the genetics maybe, or you have the possibility maybe, and if you're just devoting enough time and energy and effort into this one thing or just also this thing, I don't want to say that you should always be focusing on one thing, then you can fucking achieve that, which is an amazing feeling, which is an amazing thing. But actually coming back a bit to not only doing one thing, I don't necessarily believe that doing one thing at a time is the best thing that you can be doing. Because some people like me, I just want to do multiple things. I don't just only want to have the podcast. I also want to have the YouTube channel, and I also want to have the post just because I like to design things. I like to talk. I mean, I do have multiple interests, and so I'm also trying to satisfy all of them, I would say. Just quite. And so I do believe that we all have multiple interests, and we all think about multiple things, and yeah, so why should we only be doing one thing? Like, what's the point of fucking doing that? What is the point of one thing? I don't know. I don't think that there is a point. Of course, you might be able to put as much time into this and energy, but what about you not feeling good about that then? Just because you actually also want to do something else. Nobody can do the same exact amount of fucking thing all the fucking time. Nobody. We all have to do something else. Maybe go for a walk or whatever. And I don't know. It's the same thing for me. Like, I think I couldn't record all day long. It still depends though, it still depends on, of course, live streams, they are going to be longer. Maybe I could do this half a day long or something, when I'm able to talk to somebody, or when I'm able to talk to or interact with people, this could work. But I don't know, like, we like multiple things, so why should you be focusing on only one thing? Also because focusing on multiple things or doing multiple things could really improve your ability, just because you're not so overwhelmed. It could improve your ability to just actually get better at this one other thing that you are primarily working on. I don't want to say that you should be 50-50 or just quarters doing everything the same amount of time or energy, or put the same amount of time and energy into quite everything, so that you're having 50-50 or a quarter each, and all of that shit. No, not necessarily. I mean, I think that I put way more energy, I think way more time into just recording the videos and doing the podcast and uploading everything that has to do with the videos, than with creating the posts or working on the posts and all of that thing. So I don't know, like, sometimes I believe that we are making life more complicated than it should be, and we are making things actually worse, and by overcomplicating them, and by just maybe not being as smart as we could be, or focusing on some things that actually don't really matter. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna end the episode there. It's actually really beautiful. I wanna show you once. Yeah, actually pretty nice. But yeah, I do hope that you've been able to understand myself. I do hope that I'm gonna be able to edit it fairly well, and I hope that I've also, even though I don't feel like it, but I do hope that I've been able to share just some things that I don't know, helped you. I don't actually feel that way, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like feeling like I could have done better, or I could have done more, or I could have done could have given more. Because one of the primary reasons why I've started a podcast is being able to share some things that I think are or could be important to somebody. Might be one person, might be two people, might be whatever, but this is why I've started, actually. And also just money and business and whatnot. But yeah, I just don't want to be like, I've just recorded and or just started with this shit just because it is so fun. It is fun, yeah, but of course there's also been like a financial reason, so maybe it's gonna lead to something, maybe not. I'm actually still gonna do it no matter actually what is gonna happen. But yeah, stay patient, everything is gonna be nice. And I think that I've finally been able to get over this breakup that I've been going through for quite some time. I believe, I'm actually not quite sure, to be honest, but it's been a tough time. But always remember that things are gonna be good in the end, even though they don't seem like it. And always remember that you are in charge. When you're feeling bad, you can do something about it. When you're feeling lost, you can do something about it. And something that I've gotten out of a book, and I just actually don't remember the book anymore. It's been a great book, but I think it's been the playbook, or the definitive playbook for man, or the dating playbook for man, yeah, by whomever, I don't remember. Create a life that you enjoy because you're always in charge to do so. Create a life that you enjoy because you don't need anybody else, or so that you don't need anybody else. It shouldn't be about needing somebody. It should be about wanting somebody, and wanting somebody in your life. It shouldn't be about needing. And so create a life where you don't need anybody, anybody for anything. But yeah, but of course, wanting somebody on your side, beautiful girlfriend, a nice boyfriend, and the perfect person, yeah, it is a great thing, but it shouldn't be about needing. Needing is not good. Needing is not a good place. Create a life that you enjoy, create a life that you love beforehand. I think it just really makes sense. I think it really does. Check out the book. I've also done a summary on that. Maybe you check it out. But yeah, I wish the best health of happiness and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing again and as well. The last thing is, what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed going to change their life? Because I believe we all can say something. Yeah. And with that being said, please take care of yourself and also your family members and everyone else. And I am hopefully going to see you the next time. So please, 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 I hope from the bottom of my heart that everything is okay with you, and that you're healthy and happy, and that you're creating the best life you can for yourself and everything and everyone that you love. And yeah, that being said, bye bye.